Income Tax, Chapter 4, Concerns and Exceptions.
Introduction: Taxpayers don't have adequate knowledge on issues related to income tax. In this case, we're going to study in more depth everything that concerns the unaffected and exonerations of the mentioned tax. Chapter 4: Exceptions and Unaffected. The exception is the benefit or privilege established by law, expressly by virtue of which a taxable economic fact ceases to be, temporarily or permanently. On the other hand, the exception is something completely different. It's a special situation constituted by law in favor of a natural or legal person so as not affected with a tax burden or obligation. That is to say, he is exempted from the payment of a due tribute. By law, it ceases to be a passive subject and does not enter in the field or influence of the tax. By contrast, 210. Legal base. Number 1. The single order text of the tax code. Number 2. The consolidated text of the income tax law. Number 3. The regulation of the income tax law. And number 4. The political constitution of 1993, Article 74. Detail of Chapter 4 on ineligibility and exceptions. Article 18. They are not taxable. The national public sector, the legally established foundations, mutual aid organizations, peasant communities, and native communities. Unaffected income from the tax. The indemnities provided by the current labor provisions. Compensation received due to death or disability caused by accidents or illnesses. Compensation for time of service. Life annuities and pensions that have their origin in personal work, such as retirement, Montepio, and disability. Subsidies for temporary disability, maternity, and lactation. The income and profit generated by the assets which support the technical reserves of the life insurance companies constitute or established in the country for retirement, disability, and survival pensions or life annuities from the private pension fund administration system constitute, according to law, unaffected income from the tax, interest and capital gains from public treasury bills issued by the Republic of Peru, bonds and other debt securities issued by the Republic of Peru under the Market Makers Program or the mechanism that replaces it, or in the international market from the year 203, and obligations of the Central Reserve Bank of Peru. The income from services obtained from the transfers on the investors' collection rights is the right from the public-private association contracts signed by the state, when the acquirer of the collection rights assumes the credit risk in the terms indicated in the respective contracts or public-private partnerships. Article 19. They are exempt from tax until December 31, 223. The income that religious societies or institutions allocate to the realization of their specific purposes in the country. Income from affected foundations and non-profit associations. Interest from development credits guaranteed directly or through financial providers or intermediaries by international organizations or foreign government institutions. Income from Article 19. The gross income received by the national sports representations of foreign countries for their performances in the country. Royalties for technical, economic, financial, or other advice provided for abroad by state entities or international organizations. Conclusions. Compensation for the time of service is the only employment benefit that is exempt from income tax. The exemption from income tax is a type of tax release which allows entities to access tax forgiveness for the payment of the obligation as taxpayers. The exemption from income tax is a tax relief method to partially or totally reduce the amount of the tax obligation.